Good morning and welcome to our webinar discussing how hybrid ceremonies will de-risk your 2021 graduations. Thank you for joining us. As you would have seen by email, due to a medical emergency, we've unfortunately had to pre-record today. However, we will still be answering your questions live from the chat box. So if you've got a question at any point, you can type it into the comments box below and we'll be able to answer your burning questions in situ throughout the webinar. Also, completely unrelated, you may also notice that I've got an edgy Harry Potter look going on. I had a bit of a run-in with a lamppost, but the show must go on. Which brings me on to the team for today. Today I'm joined by Dan Strang and Dominic Chandler, who will be demoing the platform, showcasing its capabilities and showing how anyone, physical, virtual, international or in absentia, can be part of your hybrid graduation event. So let's start at the beginning. I'm Martin Lewis, the Managing Director of Graduation Attire. But who are Graduation Attire and what exactly is Graduations Live? I started the company the day I graduated. The day I graduated, I spent more money renting my gown than it cost to rent a car, and more time in queues than I did with my family. The whole experience didn't feel very student focused. So I just decided to start my own company, Graduation Attire, a company that used technology and sustainability as its key differentiator, with one aim: to create the best graduation experience possible. So when COVID happened and graduations were cancelled, we wanted to create the first purpose-built virtual solution. We called this Graduations Live, a platform that recreates the magic of graduation from home. We launched the platform in August, and from a standing start have already hosted 24 virtual ceremonies for 6 institutions and their 10,000 graduates. In fact, as a forward-thinking company, we've always been interested in finding new ways to enhance physical graduations. So when designing our virtual solution, that's exactly what we had in mind: a way of creating a unique hybrid experience accessible to both physical and virtual graduates. Which brings us on to the present day. And across the UK, winter graduations have been postponed, creating yet again what we're calling a delayed demand and ramping up the pressure on summer next year. Universities have spoken to their students and they want a physical graduation. And for that very reason, summer graduations are definitely in the events calendar. But no one knows what's going to happen over the next 12 months. How can you plan for a situation you cannot predict? And how long can we keep delaying the demand? What we do know is that we need a solution that de-risks these uncertainties. A solution for graduates that don't feel safe enough to be there in person. A solution for those who can't attend because they're now in full-time employment, or an international student and international travel isn't permitted. A solution which connects both the physical and virtual graduates, where, should the worst happen, you can simply flip the switch and take the event fully virtual. Today, we'll show you how adding a virtual layer to your event doesn't just provide a contingency, but also provides new opportunities, allowing everyone, physical, virtual, international, or in absentia, to be part of your hybrid graduation event. So now I'm going to hand over to Dan, who's going to tell you more about the virtual ceremony itself.
Hi everybody, I'm Dan Strang and I'm the Technical Director for Graduations Live. And today I'm just going to talk to you a little bit about the early stages of the platform and the exciting things that we do to make a virtual graduation ceremony alongside the physical one that you already know and love. So when you first log into the platform, this is what you see, all of the different options that you've got. But the thing that really we try and draw your attention to is the date of the virtual graduation, because this, in both physical and digital lives, is the key point that people want to look at. So the first thing I do is I see that my graduation is coming up very soon. It's in 3 minutes and 1 second. So I'm going to click on Enter the Show, and that will take me to the virtual ceremony page. And the first thing that pops up is telling me that I don't have a class photo. And this is to kind of replicate what we see in reality, which is that the first things that students want to do is take a photo before they go into the virtual ceremony. So I'm going to take you through that now. So taking your class photo, and what we do with the class photo is we're taking a picture of yourselves and we're going to remove the background from wherever you are, and we're going to drop you into a scene outside of the university along with all of your different classmates, really replicating that kind of community feel that you feel at physical events. So the first thing I'll do is to take my photo. So we've got a couple of do's and don'ts at the side, which just gives us a couple of tips on to make sure that we smile, we're facing forward, we've got a nice clear background and some good lighting behind us. And then we get ourselves into this, this sort of silhouette that we've got, and that will just make sure that our shoulders are ready. And what you can see is that we've got an augmented reality graduation cap that's sitting on my head. So this is giving all of the students, again, that feeling of being in the university, about to go and graduate with their cap on. So if I click on take photo, really simply, it's going to give me a quick countdown. I'm going to smile, giving my cheesiest, happiest graduation smile, and I'm going to be added to the class photo. So 3, 2, 1. And I didn't get the timing right, which is something that happens. So what we want to do is show that I'm going to retake that photo very quickly. It brings me back up, starts it again, still has my cap on, and I'm going to take the photo, 3, 2, 1. And there I am, smiling happy. So I'm going to submit the content, and the platform is then going to do a little bit of magic, which removes all of the post-it notes and background that I've got, and keeps that hat on, and then puts me alongside those classmates. And again, not everybody's going to be able to graduate physically. So being able to do the stuff that we know the graduates love, which is standing outside, getting your photo taken with family and friends with your graduation cap on, they can do very quickly, very easily on our virtual platform. And then what I do is you can go into this and you can see that I've been dropped in there. And what I can do is I can also randomize the positions. So I'm over here, but I can randomize the positions and I can put myself into a different location. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly go to the virtual ceremony, and I'm going to see where we are with that. And what we have is the virtual ceremony starting off. So I'm back into the hall. I've got this live stream of people starting to enter, where you've got the I'm going to put this on mute, where you've got the ceremony starting, and you've got people kind of walking through the hall. So really that live stream gives you the physical event alongside the virtual event, with us kind of sitting back here, being able to kind of interact with it. So the second thing that I'm gonna highlight to you is the Wall of Fame. So the Wall of Fame here is really to replicate that special moment that the students have when they're in the graduation hall and they see and hear their name being read up and they kind of walk onto stage. So what we wanted to do is to try and replicate some of that in the virtual space. And as you can see here, all of the students have gone through, done the same process as I have, uploaded their photo, we've put their name, and we've created a nice little overlay. And actually this shows you all of the different students that are graduating. You can, in your time before and after, you can kind of flip through, you can spot people that you recognize, and you get that moment of being able to graduate together. If I wanted to change my photo at this point, I could, and I can go back to this page. If I wanted to stay here, I can write a message, say, I had the best time, and I'll update that message, and that message can also appear underneath here. And then the final thing that we have within the graduation platform is our live chat. So what we really felt is that graduations are a great time to close off that experience at university. When we talk to the students, they enjoyed the ceremony, they enjoyed the moment of being able to see themselves on screen. but they also really enjoyed being able to reconnect with their fellow students and have that last moment of reminiscing. So what we've built is a live chat feature, which allows students from across that same faculty that are graduating on the same day today to be able to submit comments and talk to each other. And I will quickly demonstrate that for you today. Everybody, I can drop that in. It shows me my picture. I can send some celebrations and some thumbs up. And in the graduations we've had so far, we've had some really great interactions in this piece. So this is a very quick rundown of the virtual ceremony side of things. But as you can see, we've tried to bring in all of the different aspects of communication from different students, seeing and hearing the live stream of the graduation, and getting that magic moment of your name and face being appearing on the Wall of Fame.
Perfect. Thank you, Dan. Don't forget, you can ask any burning questions in the chat box below, and we'll be replying as we go along. I'm now going to hand over to Dominic to show you new ways for physical and virtual graduates to interact using our unique virtual activities.
Hi, I'm Dominic Chandler, the account manager for Graduations Live, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the content creation tools that we have on the Graduations Live site. So we're going to be running through the grad clip, the celebration video, the photo mosaic, and finally the alumni network yearbook. So hybrid graduations as a topic is something that's very new to us. It's something we've had to think a lot about how we can mix both the physical with the virtual. And one of the things that has struck us from the news is that we will be seeing a huge amount of 15 and 20-minute tests being used potentially as an option instead of the vaccine if that were to not come about. Having a 15 to 20-minute test at the start of a graduation day does leave a huge amount of time for students to be waiting around, and they may see that negatively. But we want to bring a positive to that. And so in order to do that, we would suggest to them to use the Graduations Live platform on their phones to create grad clips, create celebration videos, and go on and take their class photo to be able to share that with their friends across social media. This is a brilliant idea, and it will mean that students will really enjoy it. And it will also mean that they're able to interact with their international colleagues and other colleagues who may not be able to attend due to health reasons. So I've mentioned all of the different parts of the site. Let's go and show you how they work and what they do. So firstly, we've got the grad clip. As I mentioned, you can get into the grad clip either through the header bar here or on the side just here. So I'm going to go in through the header bar. So the grad clip is a very simple and straightforward piece of content creation tool to use. So it's a 4-step process that you go through in order to actually create your grad clip. So firstly, you answer a few questions about what you were like at university, or the kind of places that you went to when you were at university. So for the University of Northampton, they chose to have whereabouts you spent the most time on campus and whereabouts you spent the most time when you were in town. You then answer a fact, or you grab a fact that was taken and is linked to the year that you started university, and that is information that you provide at the registration process, as you've seen from Dan earlier. You're then able to record a 30-second clip, which allows students to thank their tutors, thank other supporters that they've had, and also give everyone an idea about what they're going on to do now in the future. You're then able to finally see that clip, edit it if you want to, and then you can enjoy the rest of the clip moving forwards. And then you're then able to share it, obviously, across any social media that you want to. The good thing about the grad clip is that it's been designed and optimized to be able to be used on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, or even posted on YouTube. So let me show you how it works, and let's go through the process. So where did I spend most time at university? I spent most of my time in the student union in the cafeteria, probably should have been in the library. Where did you spend most of your time when you were in town? I spent a lot of my time at sporting events and in the gym. And then here are the bank of facts that you get to choose from, which are linked to your starting year at university. And it comes from years from 2008 onwards. And we have a huge amount of banked facts that you can use as a student. So for me, music is a passion of mine, quite sporty, and I do like television. And those are my 3 facts. The webcam then initializes. And you can see that I am now here with my augmented reality mortarboard cap on, which is brilliant, and it allows students who aren't able to get a cap before the day or don't want to buy a cap to then actually use this as well. For students who are there on the day and maybe utilising this whilst their test is being done, you can actually remove the graduation cap as well. So there you go. We do a few do's and don'ts on the side to make sure that students get the best quality grad clip that they can. And we also give a few helpful suggestions as well to give students a sort of guidance to allow them to go through the platform and make the most of the grad clip functionality. So let me add my graduation cap back on and I'll record a quick video. Thank you very much for having me at the University of Northampton. I've had a brilliant time here. My lecturers, all of my tutors and everyone's been amazing, and my family and friends have given me so much support. I've loved it. I can't wait to get involved in my job and start and put this, all of my learning to good use. Thank you very much for having me, and then you can edit it as we said earlier. And if you want to re-record, you can do that, clicking the retake button. It's also worth mentioning that on all of our functionality, we have GDPR regulations obviously noted, and so students will know exactly where each of the bits of content that they create can be used. And then all I need to do is quickly submit, and the grad clip will start to take shape. So whilst this is being processed, it's worth mentioning what else you can do using these grad clips in the ceremony itself. Obviously, ceremonies are traditionally very much focused on the students and reading out names, and obviously, you know, we'd want to keep to the tradition and the traditional way of doing graduations. But there are ways that we can enhance it. There are ways that we can move forward with it, and utilising the content that we produce on the Graduations Live platform is a brilliant way of doing that. We can merge several grad clips together, take the best bits from different ones, and put them into a montage video, which can then be played in every graduation that you have, which is a really, really nice touch. It gets all the students involved, and again, brings international students or students who aren't able to come to the graduation into the fold on the virtual ceremony side of things. And here is the grad clip, fully created and ready to be shown. So I'll show you exactly what a grad clip looks like. So you can see that it's got the number of days since the student has enrolled, the facts that we put in earlier, it actually calculates the number of hours that was spent at university and showing the course that you've done, where your favourite places were on campus, and where in the city or town your favourite places were. Thank you very much for having me. And here is my final video. Brilliant that has been here. My lecturers, all my tutors, everyone's been. You can see that it's fully branded to the institution that you've been to, and it's a really nice piece of content to be able to then share wherever for the student. And this is brilliant for the university or the college or whatever institute you are, as it then gives the college, you know, brand awareness to anyone, any family, friends, anyone who's linked to that person across social media as soon as it's shared. The share functionality is very simple. You can either download it straight away, or you can click the share button and then use the hashtags that we always put in there. Obviously, these hashtags will be bespoke to yourselves. So this is the first piece of first tool and first content creation tool we've gone through. Secondly, we're going to move on to the celebration video. Now, as with all of these tools, the celebration video is trying to recreate something that you would do on a standard, typical physical graduation day. So for me, when I was at university and when I had my graduation, I finished the ceremony, I came outside and I wanted to do a hat throw video, a stereotypical hat throw video with all of my friends. And so obviously normally this would be great, and we love seeing these online. It's a really nice way of basically depicting the graduation day and celebrating your success. But right now, with the regulations that are in place, we can't necessarily do that. And so having a celebration video allowing students to either do a hat throw or celebrate in whatever way they want to, we can put something together and merge something where it's the next best thing. And again, this is a piece of content that can be reminisced upon, and it can be again used in the ceremony itself. So I'm going to talk you through how we actually create the group celebration videos. It's a straightforward process, and it's very easy for the students to go through and do, and it's simple. So 4-step process: you join the group or you create a new group. You then go through and you can record your celebration video, which is then linked into that group. You can then watch it, edit it if you want to, and then from the group of people that you've invited, they can then come in and add their tiles to the platform as well. That's then complete, and then you're then able to again share it very simply through the platform. So obviously there isn't a group that's ready to set up for me, so I'm going to be creating a group today, and then in a moment I'll show you how to join a group. So firstly, creating a new group video. Click on that. Again, we're inspiring the students to think of some new names. They might have a society name that they want to name the group, or there might be somewhere where they live that they might name the group. For this, we're just going to call it the webinar group. And as simple as that, we've set up a webinar group. Very easy. We've got a group code here, which can be shared in whatever method you like. We suggest email, but you can do that through WhatsApp. You can share it easily on Facebook Messenger or any other messaging apps. And it's as simple as just clicking the invite button, and then it's then copied to the clipboard. From there, they can just share it. So let's record the video. As you can see, you could also upload the video if you wanted to do this separately, or if you didn't have a webcam. But for these purposes, it's simpler to do it through webcam. So as you can see, we've got another what to do section here. How to do it, how long it actually lasts, 3 seconds. And the reason for that is because it's meant to be similar to a boomerang, like you would receive on Instagram. So it's a really nice tool to be able to post onto Instagram or onto TikTok, or to be able to make into a GIF for later. If you need more help, you can go through to the FAQs page, and here's some example content of what you can do if you do have a hat, if you don't have a hat but you want a hat, or if you don't want a hat and so just want to celebrate anyway. So let's do a quick celebration. And as simply as that, I've got my celebration. Again, you'll notice the GDPR regulations here, just to allow students to know where this is going to be shared. I'm really happy with my clip, so I'm going to submit that now. And then it is being placed onto the branded background that you would have seen earlier as well. And suddenly our celebration video is complete. But I haven't got anyone else in the video currently. So I'm going to log in as someone else and add myself to this pane so that you can see a tiled view. So I'm now logged in as Owen. So as Owen, I've been sent the link to the celebration video in my WhatsApp group. I've grabbed that link, I've copied it to my clipboard, and then all I need to do is put that straight into the URL box, paste it there, click enter, and I'm then ready to join. So I can see that there's already a pre-recorded video in there, but I want to add my own as well. And so all I need to do is go through the same system. So I can either upload or record. I want to do a slightly different celebration to what I've seen previously, so I'm going to click record. And there we go. As you can see, the tool is now tiled up our 2 videos. And the brilliant thing about this tool is that you can tile up anything up to 100 tiles into this video. This means that students can get incredibly creative. They can create little messages where they each hold up 1 letter, and it creates the tile view for them. They can do other things like creating a mortarboard from all sorts of things, and they can do a throw from that. But we have seen some really impressive things for this tool, and it's a really open tool for students to really get creative and do whatever they want with. So it's a lovely tool to be able to use. Again, it's a really simple download functionality, and then they're able to share it using the hashtags, as you've seen. This tool is, again, it's a brilliant thing to be able to share around on the physical graduation day. So using that and putting them onto the screens, and also including into the actual ceremony itself. The brilliant thing about these tools is that we can join people across the globe. So people who are actually at the day, but people who actually weren't able to come along anyway, but really wanted to. So there's real value in these tools. Thirdly, we'll move on to the photo mosaic. So as you can see, we've got Owen's picture there going straight into the photo mosaic. The mosaic's fully branded, as you can see, for the University of Northampton, and the mosaic forms across the top of one of the more iconic buildings of the institution. So this is all bespoke, this is all placed onto the platform for you specifically, and this is all put together for you. It's something that you can then download, you can then put into a big print, and you can put on your wall, you can send and you can share across all of your social media again. It's just another brilliant content tool to be able to make the most out of graduation. And it's something that's a little bit out of the ordinary as well. You don't really see much of it. The final tool is slightly linked to graduation and slightly not. So the alumni network, which is something we're changing to be called the alumni yearbook. So a yearbook typically for a university isn't very possible. The reason for that is just due to the sheer size in numbers of the students themselves. And so yearbooks either aren't, well, they're normally not made at all, or they're made in very small groups, so class sizes or societies or something along those lines. The power of a yearbook is really impressive, and for a student coming out of university, one of the most important things for them to be able to do is start networking. And where better than to start networking with fellow students who are going through the same things as them, and also other alumni who have come through and are already on the platform. The alumni yearbook asks you typical yearbook questions. So it provides content for the students to then have conversation starters with fellow alumni. And it also, and most importantly, links to your LinkedIn profile. And that then allows students to easily connect with fellow students who they've been recommended to connect with by just using the search functionality, which I'll show you in a second, and also connecting through occupation or area of focus. So we'll quickly go through. And then we get to the stage where we can add the LinkedIn profile link. So I'll do that quickly. And you then can just paste the link straight in there. If you need help finding it, you can click there as well. So we give them guidance. And you can see that they're standard, typical university questions. So what was your favorite memory at university? first night of. And then it's all published. The brilliant thing about this, as you can see, is the LinkedIn connections. It's so easy to connect with fellow alumni and be able to start that networking journey. And you can connect to all alumni who have come through and used the platform previously. It's really straightforward, and you can see that it's very easy to find someone. So I want to, I want to speak to Heather Davis, because she's in my area, my field, and I know that she's already got a grad job role, and I know that she's got a really good CV. So I want to have a quick chat with her and start that conversation. So I go to her, I can find her straight away. I can connect with her on LinkedIn really easily, and I already know that she's she's into water skiing, so I can have a quick chat, say, how's the water skiing going? It's a bit cold at the moment, so maybe you're not doing it. It'd be great to catch up and have a chat, and then we can lead it on to the more professional things and the things that are going to help enhance both our careers. So that is the full site. I think every single tool on here shows that there's so much that we can do to basically bring the physical and the virtual together. And by utilising both platforms, it means that all students across the globe are able to participate in the graduation and make the most out of graduation as well. It's a really brilliant tool, and we're really proud of it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dominic, for that excellent tour of our virtual activities. So that brings us close to the end for today, but we couldn't finish without outlining our pricing. Prices for Graduations Live start from £4,500, and we have different packages based on the number of students you want to invite. So if you're interested, you should definitely contact us to discuss pricing on a one-to-one basis. Also, a big thank you to everyone who sent in questions. Any questions we haven't had time to answer in the chat will be collated over the weekend, and we'll be sharing a Q&A handout with you early next week. So in conclusion, adding a virtual layer to your graduation doesn't just provide the ultimate contingency, it also provides new and exciting hybrid opportunities. Thank you for joining us, stay safe, and we look forward to hearing from you.